Hey everyone, Dr. Ramani here. Well, if you're in the United States, it's Thanksgiving. So this one's just a happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the United States in this most unusual of holiday years, and to everyone around the world. In case you didn't know, it's Thanksgiving in the United States, which is a very complicated holiday, especially when you're talking about it from a perspective of narcissism and narcissistic abuse. And that's the stance I'm going to take. I know it's a strange holiday. I'm not really celebrating it. I'm showing one person, my child, and we're not going to do the whole hoopla of cooking just to stay safe in our world. So I know a lot of folks are struggling. I can't see other family members for the reason many others cannot because of COVID. So, but that may not necessarily be a bad thing if you don't want to see some of your family members. But what Thanksgiving is in the United States is it's supposed to be this, I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be about gratitude and the kickoff to the holiday season. Holidays are complicated, very complicated for people who are currently in narcissistically abusive relationships from narcissistically problematic families. This is not an easy time of year. So a couple things I want to say about Thanksgiving. What really ramps up at this time is a lot of emotions that happen to people who are in these kinds of difficult relationships. Foremost around those is a real kind of focus on a sense of toxic positivity. Well, now starts the holiday season. Everything is great. And let's just be great. And let's just forgive. And there's a lot of push for forgiveness on Thanksgiving. Remember what I always tell you. Forgiveness is a very, very personal decision. And sometimes, in many people in narcissistically abusive relationships, you never get there. There's only so much gaslighting you can really, truly let go of. And the fact is, we all know this, you forgive a narcissist, they don't view that as a gift. They view it as permission to keep doing what they're doing and now believing they'll be enabled to keep doing it anyhow because you're going to forgive them. The other issue that often also comes up is that, well, you got to be grateful. You got to be grateful. And I have to tell you one thing. A lot of people I know who've been through narcissistic abuse are among some of the most grateful people I know. In fact, they're able to find gratitude in the more simple things after having been through the ringer. But it can feel very, very manufactured at this time of year, especially if you're one of the people who still does have to get along with family members, and especially it could be difficult family members. Those of you in narcissistically abusive marriages may feel that you can't have your usual supports around you. Like, for example, you may not be bringing together extended family that has sometimes been supportive of you, and so you're sort of left in this much more lonely holiday. This is a complicated year around these holidays. So I would say, you don't need to feel anything. You feel you. And this is not done this one day. You don't all of a sudden have to snap to it and start coming up with all this gratitude when you still feel really confused, full of self-doubt, and generally invalidated by the life you're finding yourself in. Instead, let this be a kickoff, as all days should be for anyone going through narcissistic abuse, a kickoff into growth. Like I said, I know it's a complicated year. I happen to be a sucker for pecan pie, so I'm actually going to treat myself and probably just have that for dinner. So whatever way you celebrate this holiday in the United States, and for any Americans abroad who are trying to figure out ways of sort of celebrating this, make sure that you, as this and all holidays going forward, if nothing else, let this be a launch off into a more authentic space where you take care of you and don't make it about forever trying to feed the beast that is a narcissistic family system or relationship. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful to all of you for creating this community. We all have things to be grateful for, but don't force yourself to find them. Okay? Thanks again.